This is the Veterans Transition Center stand down. This is all done by the American Legion family and also other entities of the VFW, the DAV, all the Legionnaires, all of the clubs and everything, plus all of the agencies and communities that come together to put the stand down on. It is an every 2-year event. It takes about 18 months of planning. We have a mess hall for food. We have a clothing room here that takes days to put together. When they first come in and get registered, they come into the clothing room, they get all of their shower gear, they get their first set of clothes, which is underwear and sweats, so they go take their showers, and then they go get fed. And if they have animals, when they register, they take the animals to the animal staging area, and they get all kinds of veterinarian services. They get kenneled, they get fed, they have medical services here for the veterans, and also their families, because we do house the families. We have separate family areas. We have women's head of household, men's head of household, and family household. And so they get their medical services, they get dental services, they have court services. This year, for the first time, we're having virtual court. And virtual court is the first time it's ever been done nationwide, so it's a very wonderful thing. We have judges that come to you virtually, and they will clear up any problems you have with the courts so that you feel comfortable to get off of the streets, that you're not going to be arrested and stuff, you don't have any warrants on you, so you can go and get a job. Start out. We had the Veterans Transition Center houses families. It's the only one in the nation that handles family. I think there's only one other, and that handles actual families, because usually these entities only house the veterans, and then the families are put somewhere else. What is with that? You know, it's not useful. You need to have the families together. If they're going to heal and get well, they need to heal and get well together. And when they enter Veterans Transition Center, they not only get housing, but they get training, and they are also get off the drugs or the alcohol, and they also get mental care. We have mental care here. We also have chaplain here. We also have veteran services officers here to help them get their cards and to get into the program to get benefits. So this is such a wonderful program. They'll find many more things down in the vendor area to help the veterans and the family, to help them with their benefits and help them understand the system. And so is there anything else you would like to know?
Wow. That was actually very, very thorough.
Okay.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this? You became the president.
Well, Robin, who is in charge of the clothing room in there, Falkenberg, and we have been on the founding committee, and this is the 4th one. And also Tom Griffin, who's floating around here somewhere. Did you get to talk to him? He's a Legionnaire, and you might want to talk to Tom Griffin. You could ask Robin about the clothing room. She's more adept at talking about the clothing room. I'm more of a volunteer, you know, go here, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then we have Pete Keone, who's the head of security, and you would find him around the first aid station. If you would like to talk to them about security, what they do at night, and how we watch over the veterans. Now, like the female head of household, they are here with us. They are protected. They have security 24 hours so that nobody can molest them. So it makes them feel very protected, and they are very appreciative of it.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, and there are no drugs here. There are no weapons.
Right. Yeah. People have to check their.
They have to check everything in. Everything gets wrapped. Everything gets locked up. All of the things that they are provided for are provided right here. Their clothing, their services, and their food.
Right.
And
love.
Quarters. And love.
Yeah.
That's right. And love. Because there's nothing like helping a veteran and their family.
Very well. Very well. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
My husband was a veteran, 33 years. And Him and I did this for years, and I'll continue doing it since he has passed.
That's beautiful. There's a lot of strength. And you know you're living his legacy too.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so he's with you every step of the way.
Yes, and there is not a national memorial for the branches service of the Army. That is my special project this year. They have started the memorial for the Army just outside of Washington. And my special project, people donate to my special project, and at the end of the year, in memory of my husband who passed away in May with 33 years of service in the Army, he was a master sergeant. Those donations will all be going towards the memorial in Washington to build the first memorial for the branch of the Army service.
Wow. So is it the only one left to be
It's the only
recognized?
one left.
Wow.
And you're like, why hasn't there been this branch of service of the Army honored in this way? I have not a clue. But it was kind of fortuitous. There was a lady I had met at the Founders Day. It was the first time Salinas had had a Founders Day celebration. And we put on the American Legion Family Auxiliary booth, and we had the poppies there because it was during that time, and offered poppies to the public and told them about the American Legion family and the auxiliary. And there was a lady that came to me, Miss Hendricks, and had brought it to my attention that her father was in the Army, that there was not a branch of, every branch of the service was honored with a memorial except for the Army, and they had started it. So she brought it to me because she had brought it to a couple of other entities that had not done anything with it. And it was kind of, I don't know, I guess it was a God thing, because my husband was going through a real hard time at that time, and he was in and out of rehab. And he came home. He had been home with me. I've been his caregiver for years, but he was going through some real issues where he was in and out of the hospital. And then he came home and he passed, and I remembered that about the Army. So that's in honor of her dad and my husband. That is my special project.
Very well. It sounds like you're going to go far.
Yes.
Right on.
So I appreciate talking to you, and I appreciate
Absolutely.
you coming here to interview and let the word get out on the internet about what we do for the veterans and their family, and everybody in this country should be helping our veterans and their families. They really
Absolutely.
should, because without them, we would not have this country.
Is a all volunteer nonprofit organization that started more than 15 years ago. We were part of the Red Cross, but we branched out on our own called Operation Care and Comfort. We actually collect items that are like on display here, simple items that the government doesn't provide for our soldiers that are out there in the areas Iran, Afghanistan, and we collect these items, simple things, condiments for flavoring their food, toothpaste, basic needs, shampoo, soap, and so we collect that stuff and we ship it to our troops. And then we also are looking for donations for our shipping, because our shipping is very expensive. We have a wish list of items, even the comics, the Sunday paper. That's simple things that you get anyhow. DVDs, CDs, we ship that stuff to our troops that are out there. We're all very passionate about what we do, and we're out here trying to introduce so that our veterans that are out here that can find more information about us. We also do, we get tickets for concerts and games, like San Francisco Giants. People are very generous. They donate tickets so that our soldiers and our veterans can receive free tickets to go to a Giants game or a concert ticket. We actually got to see Tom Petty at the Greek Theater way back. We got tickets donated. So these are things that our group does. We also sponsor families, military families, and also we have an amazing mission, and they can contact on our website, which is www.occ-usa.org is our website. We're also on Facebook.
Okay, we're going to have the opening ceremony. All veterans, you know that you're allowed to salute by law as the flag goes up. Julie's going to sing the national anthem. Stand still, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I get the hug. Thank you. Welcome. All of you who are here, volunteer, staff, homeless, guys and gals, welcome, welcome. Take advantage of all the services. Lunch will be served in the mess hall shortly, and then the services will start. Doctors, dentists, therapists, VA, you name it, we got it. We want to make you comfortable and give you the opportunity to really dig in and take advantage. It's good stuff. If you have any questions or problems, talk to the guys in the red t-shirts. Thanks. Welcome. Bye.